Hello, everybody. My name is Chris. I'm the instructor. We had a little bit of technical difficulties getting going this morning. So with that, we're going to get going. So I appreciate your patience. And now that we're up and running, again, my name is Chris. I am a realtor, and I'm also one of the instructors at My Real Source. And today we're gonna talk to you about how to use a couple of tools that we have available to you as a member of My Real Source. So when you're in your Paragon home screen, you're logged in, it starts with resources right over here. Click on the resources, and we're going to be doing what they call MarketStats, which is right under social media and lead gen. Again, we're going to go to MarketStats, and MarketStats is going to open up for us. With everything, if you change an email or change a phone number or anything like that, you can find that information over here in your profile. Again, if you get any photos updated, this is where you would make sure it changes this as well, just so that all your information is consistent across the board with what you're marketing for yourself. In InfoSparks, there are two sections we kind of look at. There's the InfoSparks, which is a lot longer and more detailed. I'm going to cover that second. The first thing I'm going to cover is Fast Stats. I use Fast Stats quite a bit, and I'll show you how I use it. So again, we open it up, we come in here and we open Fast Stats. When Fast Stats open, the first thing you're going to see, these are all the areas that we gather data from for My Real Source. You can click on the individual county, or you can click on the entire My Real Source area. And the first thing you're going to do, this is called the local market updates. You can either select an area by clicking on it, for instance, Macomb County, or come over here and you can go into the individual cities if you want. The time period, as you see, they go back several weeks or several months, but I always keep the most recent right here. So you can either select an area going this way and trying to find it. Like if you wanted Shelby Township, you can start typing in Shelby and it will come up. Or you already know it's Macomb County, come to Macomb County, and you click on Shelby Township, Utica, Sterling Heights, whatever you click on, it's going to bring up the information for that specific city or area. This report, unfortunately, comes this way. You can't change the colors, you can't change anything about it, and it always has two components. It always has the residential at the top, and it shows condos at the bottom. It's like I said, it's pre-formatted. You can't add any colors, stay the way they are. And that's just the way it is. But what it shows is it shows you these different metrics that it measures. Now, this comes out somewhere between the 12th and the 15th of the following month. So we are showing March right now. So this hasn't updated. It'll probably update in a couple of days. Oh no, we're current with March right now, so we're good. We're in the middle of April, so now the March stats came out. So the April stats won't come out until the middle of May. I use this report all the time. I save it to my screen as a PDF. I include it in most of my CMAs when I'm giving it to my clients. I've also sent it to people who just kind of wanted to know in general how the market's doing in a particular area. And what you have here is you have March of 2021 compared to March of 2022. And you can read through these headings: new listings, pending sales, closed sales, days on market. And then you have year to date through March of 21 versus year to date March of 22. The beginning of the year, there's not a whole lot of year to data because we're only into March as the third month. So it's only 3 months worth of data. But you can see right now that the median sales price in Shelby Township between last March and this March went up 12.4%. The inventory has gone down quite a bit. Monthly number of homes, inventory of homes for sale in March of 2021 was 99, and in 2022 it was 76. So we've dropped off. This is a great little report that has a lot of uses for you. And again, that is under Fast Stats. It's called Local Market Updates, Fast Stats. This big screen over here automatically pops up. Then you have within each county, you have all the different cities that are in there. You can also do it for the whole Macomb County. If you just want to see all of Macomb County, not the individual cities, if you click here, you'll see how Macomb County overall is doing. The median sale price of Macomb County, it has gone up from 208 of March last year to 230,000 in March of 2022. If we go back to this whole report here, we hit the back button here, it'll take us to the entire MLS. So if you just wanted to see how the whole MLS was doing as an entirety for the year, you can click on that again, and it automatically calculates everything. Right here, these two graphs at the bottom of this report, again, it's automatically preset like this. You can't change it. It gives you a little historical data of what's been going on there since 2012 and up. The median sale price of residential and median sale price of condos. And again, that's up here. If you work in Oakland County, you got something in Oakland County. There's a lot of smaller cities here. Franklin's Bingham Farms pretty small. You can either put your cursor right there or just click on the city right here and it'll bring it up. This whole area down here by Royal Oak, Berkeley, they just kind of bumped it out there for you just because it was too hard to get to. But again, Rochester Hills, click on this, you get the report, it automatically generates, and you can include that report in so many things. When people ask me how the market's doing in my area, the first question I always ask them is, what area are you talking about? And then I send them this little report. And the nice thing is, and I'll show you how in a little bit, you can access this from your phone. So let's say you're at one of your kids' soccer games or athletic events or at a concert or something like that. You're talking to one of the parents and you've kind of sat down with this other parent a couple of times. And they know you're in real estate and they say, hey, by the way, how's the market doing? And I always say, what market are you interested in? They tell me. I'll say, well, I'll send you something. I already have their phone number because the kids are on the calling list, parents are on the calling list. I'll sit there and I'll go in and I'll pull this direct report up that they want and I'll text it to them. And I'll say, hey, I just sent you a report. It kind of gives you a little bit of information on the area. If there's anything else I can help you with, let me know. All right from my phone. It's super easy to do, and I'm going to get to that. Again, if you want to print this out, just save it. However you choose to save things. I just save it as a PDF. My screen file on my desktop, and then I include it in all my CMAs that I send out. The other items that we have, you see the blue one, which I've been going over, is called the local market updates. The other report we have is the monthly indicator. If you click on this gray tab down here for the monthly indicators, unfortunately, it's just the entire MLS. You can't break it down by individual cities or townships or counties. If you click on this report, this is a great report if you're somebody who likes to read a lot and wants to really understand the numbers as an agent, what's going on in the areas. These reports are all right there for you. The nice thing is on it too, you can take any one of these pages that you like and save them as a PDF again and include it in say a CMA that you're giving to somebody or a marketing plan if you want to give them a little bit more information. This is already prepared in a really nice clean format. So if you want to talk about the average sales price, here's a nice slick little graph that's already done for you that you can pull out. Again, this is for the whole several county area. But it kind of lets you know what's going on from the data that My Real Source collects. You can see it all right here. There's a lot of pages for you to look at. It's also a great resource to kind of understand from a macro perspective what's going on in our surrounding several county areas for real estate. It's always followed up by a little write-up here, some quick facts. So when you read through this is some great information to get. Again, this is going to come out. It's updated the same time as the market stats are. So around the 15th of the month, all the April stuff will come out. And if you read this on a regular basis, you will start seeing the same information in here. So then it's just understanding what benchmark move from month to month to month, and it makes you more knowledgeable about the real estate market in this whole area. So that's the monthly indicators. Again, that's only for the entire MLS area. And we're looking at these tabs. Local market update was the first one, monthly indicator. Monthly data sheet I kind of like. Again, this is for similar to the other ones. You can go back and select a different month if you need to. This is an entire My Real Source area report as well. So if you click on that, this brings up what I like about this is this compares just by counties, all the counties that we pull data from. And what's nice about this is when I work with some of my investors and they're thinking of going to different areas in and around the Metro Detroit, some of them in Oakland County or Macomb County or even up in Lapeer County. I work more on the northeast part of this area. You know, this St. Clair County, this shows them in comparison, in a quick comparison for them to see what's going on. Again, this report comes pre-formatted. You can't change the headings, can't change anything else. So it shows you your total sales by units, median sales price, total dollar volume. This gives a potential investor, or let's say you're working with someone who wants to move in an area and they say, hey, I've heard that, you know, is Farmington Hills better than Shelby Township? What's going on over there? And you can say, well, one's in one county, one's in Oakland County, one's in, you know, Macomb County. Here's what the counties in general are kind of doing if you want to give it to somebody. Again, it's a tool that's available to you to use that has more information in it that depending on who your client is and how much they want to know, here's something else you can use to give that to them. It's also good for you if you work between a couple counties as an agent to kind of understand what's happening when you compare the different counties. And again, once you start looking at these reports on a regular basis, pretty soon it's not hard to start seeing where the trends are and what the numbers are doing month to month to month. They kind of roll off your tongue after looking at them for a while. Then save it to your laptop, your screen, whatever, and then you can include this in any report that you want to. So that's fast stats in a nutshell. Again, when we're in Paragon, I'm going to close some of these here so you can easier. When you're in Paragon, it's under Resources, Market Stats, and then when Market Stats comes up, it's on Fast Stats. It automatically defaults to InfoSparks, which I'm going to get to next, but we want to go over to Fast Stats. You have the blue tab, the gray tab, and the green tab. The blue tab allows you not only to select a specific county to see what's going, but a specific city. Unfortunately, you can't do side-by-side comparisons under Fast Stats for different cities. It's only a one-sheet report. And again, this is something I include all the time as a document in all my CMAs of what's going on. So that is Fast Stats. And I kind of went through it quickly, but it's self-explanatory how to get to it and how to look at it. And I'm not seeing any questions, I don't think, so we're good. I am going to keep moving on. Now, the other part of Fast Stats is what we call InfoSparks. This is the screen that defaults when it comes up. InfoSparks allows you to compare up to 4 MLS areas at a time. It can be 4 counties or 4 cities. It can even be 4 zip codes. So you just have to, you know, be careful with the data you're putting in there. Sometimes you don't want to compare. And Sterling Heights has 4 zip codes. If you put in all 4 zip codes, you know, you'll get that's not a true reflective picture of what like Sterling Heights is doing. I think Shelby Township has 3 zip codes. You can do zip code by zip code by zip code if you want. I've never really done it to that level. Usually what I do is I compare similar cities in the area. And so for me, I'll just show you how that's done. The first thing you do, is the first box, there's only one single MLS. You come in here and we're going to go with Shelby Township. Oh, give me, okay, get my computer right. You just start typing and it comes up. I want to go a little farther. Oops. So Shelby Township comes up. For those of you who haven't heard in any other classes, what this 50007 denotes, anything that starts with a 50 tells you it's Macomb County. The reason why that's important is because There are a couple Shelbys in the in Michigan. There's a couple, I think Chesterfields. You want to make sure you're getting the ones in Macomb County that start with 50. This one auto-populated. I'm going to click it. And that's going to be the first area that we're going to look at data for. Before I show you, so within each area you pull up, it comes up with different price ranges. This is all the stuff you can customize now. It's for that you want to show in your report. The first thing we want to do is, first off, we're doing, if property type is going to be residential, we don't want to include county and farm data. If you know the size, you can pick one of the preset sizes right here. All sizes are preset size. And if you want to customize the size, any field you want to customize, you come up to where it says customize, click on that, and you can select, you can take any of these on if you want, and or you can click on it right here to make it that's the only one you're going to include. For right now, I'm just going to leave all sizes. Same thing with bedrooms. You know, if you want 3 bedrooms, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 4 bedrooms or more, we can go with 3 bedrooms. They have waterfront in there. If you want to leave it in there, you can, or you can take it out. It's up to you how you want to customize it. Acreage, same thing with acreage. Let's say we were looking for someone who wanted 1/4 to 1/2 an acre. That's not going to work in the other place. We'll just leave it all sizes. And construction type, if you want new construction or previously owned, I'm going to go with previously owned. Just some areas have more new construction than others, so I'm going to leave it as that. And that's all the customization we can do. The other thing I'm going to customize is the print. You can read it all price ranges. You can select one of these price ranges, or you can come in here and customize it. So all you do is just pick whatever price range you want. Let's say they wanted 190 to 200,000 or 300,000. Right now, we're going to leave it at all price ranges. Now, we're going to add an area. To add an area, another city, we're going to come right next to where it says Shelby Township, and we're going to click on Add an Area. And the really nice thing I like about this report is everything in Shelby will be in blue. See, it's blue tabbed right here. Everything in this next area is going to be in green. So it makes the visual report really easy. I'm going to go Sterling Heights. Sterling Heights, again, starts with 50. Click on that. We're going to go with, okay, that's what I was looking for. If you want to customize the price range, you don't want all these. Let's say you got a client looking for homes in a certain marketplace or a certain value. To make this report the same, you would come on this side where it says custom. You would clear all these and just type in, if you wanted to go 200 to 299 or 300,000. See, you just type in the first part here. So it'll be, and then you would hit done. It would bring in the price range 200 to 299. The property type is residential because that's what we had in Shelby. If you wanted to customize the square footage, again, you would clear it out. And let's say we want a home that's 2,000 to 2,800 square feet. Okay, we would be click on done, and that'll set the square footage size. Now keep in mind, we didn't do that for Shelby, so we have to keep everything equal, we got to go back to Shelby Township, hit the customize the price range. We're going to clear it out. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do 200 to 299, which there's not going to be a whole lot of homes there. We're going to hit done. And the square footage, we're going to click on that because we clear that out. We're going to go 2,000 to 20, I think it was 2,500. Then you hit done. So now these two are, we're researching the same data. If you look at, oh, we went 2,800 over here on the square footage. Okay, so I'm gonna come back up here, where it says custom, click on that, and just change this to 2,800. Now I'm comparing apples and apples between the two locations. The price range is here. We're searching residential. Heights, we want previous owned only. We don't want the new construction. It's a little bit labor, a few steps to go and do this for each one, or you could just leave it all at all property types and not really select anything. Now we got Shelby Township, we got Sterling Heights. We're going to go to Clinton Township. Again, here you have Clinton Township. You got and this Clinton Township, the one you want for Clinton Township starts with 50. That's the one that's in Macomb County. Just click on that. Again, we're going to set the price range. We're going to clear it. We're going to go 200 to 299. Click done. We're doing residential properties, square footage. We're going to clear that. Going to go 2,000. 2,800. We click done, and we have to make sure we're looking at previously owned only. Now the other good thing, you're allowed to add up to 4 of them. So you can add up to 4 cities, you can add up to 4 areas. We're going to put in Macomb. Oops. Highlight it and put in Macomb. Macomb Township right there. Macomb Township. We're gonna customize the price range again, 200, 299, and we go through each one of these different property types. We want residential, square footage. We're gonna customize again, clear it out, go 2,000 to 2,800, 2,800. We'll click done here, and then again we want previously owned. Okay. What this does now is it gives you, for those different areas, starting way back in 2019, and as you see as I move my cursor across the page, the dots on the graph keep moving with me. And right now I'm showing the median and the average price. It recalculates it just down here in the sale price. Here's the median, here's the sale. And you can see what's going on. This all the way over to here shows each one of them. They're color coded, so you know this is the latest data, okay? And this is showing the average sales price in those communities, all right, for those homes. And again, as we go back, you can see it's trending up from back in January 2019. This also reminds you what your communities are that you're searching down here in the colors. If you want to see the number of new listings in those areas, just click on the new listings. It recalculates it. You can see we've had a big dip right here. It's come back up a little bit. For a while there, Clinton Township and Macomb were running about the same. You can see that Shelby Township is running behind everybody else. Homes for sale, you can open up that tab. And when you open up that, you see from where we were at in 2019 to where we're at now today. Pending sales, same thing. Each one of these that you open up on is going to give you those communities that are there. Closed sales, days on market, monthly supply, it's all here. Dollar volume. Here's where it is, dollar volume in the homes. Price per square foot. It's been going up. Price, percent of listed price. This shows the homes versus what the list price were. And so there are some great tools to show these graphs here. So what do you do with this information? We're going to stay with the sales price, the average sales price. There's a couple of things you can do with it. First, you can go back. You can go back 5 years if you want. If you really want to see things, you can even go back 10 years on some of these tabs. And you can see what's happened over the last 10 years. It's slowly gone up. You can go back 3 years. The shortest you can go back is 1 year for that. You can also, I'm going to leave it at 3 years. You can also, instead of a line, you can do a bar graph. And the only thing bar graphs only go back 3 years. So for a bar graph, here's the same information. Here's your same 4 cities, and this is in a bar graph form where you can gives you different visual. Same thing with the tabs. If you click on those, it just changes it all. So you can see that Sterling Heights has had a lot of activity compared to everything else. This is a great tool if you got people that want to see like 3 or 4 cities in the surrounding area, how everything's doing. You just put in the information. You don't even have to customize it. It'll change the numbers a little bit because it pulls in everything for the areas. But this helps set a little more what is happening in the market for these areas. And the nice thing is, as you move across the screen, this information shows you what's going on. You get the little right up here to help you read it in a Word format as well. You can print this out. Makes a great tool to include in a CMA or anything else like that. But here's what's really nice about it. I'm going to go back to the line graph. And we're going to share this. And what's really nice about InfoSparks when it comes from a sharing standpoint is if you're an agent that does a lot of social media and a lot of digital information is put out there, there's a couple ways you can share this information. You click on the share button. You have 2 choices right here, static and live. There's a big difference between the two, especially if you're going to post it as a Facebook post or anything else like that saying, hey, look at this. Static, no matter how many times it's open, it will always show the data for today. So if your post is, hey, if you want to see what's going on in these 4 cities, through March of 2022, you want to make it static, which means every time someone clicks on it, they're going to see what was going on through March of 2022. Because what happens is when they click on that link, if you keep it as static when you post it, you don't want to say, here's what's happening in March, and then they click on it a month or 2 later, and the data is not what it was in March. You can create it as a PDF, which you can print. Social media and email, what it'll do is it'll give you a link to this exact site the way it is. You can embed this in your blog or your website, or you can just grab the raw data in the CSV format if you want to put it into some other spreadsheet. However, if you're going to post it on something like Facebook or Twitter post or whatever, and you want to say, hey, to see what's going on in your area for the latest updates, click on this link. You want to make it live. And what happens on live is when someone clicks in, if the information's been updated, let's say you posted on the 10th, and on the 15th it's all updated, and they click in on the 15th, they're going to get the latest update. So what live does is whenever they click on it, they're going to get the most current information. So if your wording says, look at everything through this month specifically, I would make it static. If your wording in your social media post is going to be something more along the lines, let's say you keep this as something that you automatically send out, a couple times during as a Facebook post, and you want to say, to see what's going on in your city, in these 4 cities, click here. I would post that as a live post. That means no matter when someone clicks in, they're going to get their information, and go from there. So that is a really, really good tool that you get from is going on the share button here and clicking into that. I'm just going to take a brief second. See, I'm not seeing any questions. So hopefully we're still doing really good. There's no questions on the screen. Debbie also added 2 handouts. Take a look at those handouts as well. There's some really good information in that. So I told you earlier that you can also do this off your phone. This is also available through showing time. There's a couple ways you can get there. I got to pull up a listing. This one's pending, even though it's pending. On a listing that comes up, so underneath, I'm going to make it really big so you can see. Underneath these are called quick action links. This is what on a listing you can. This is where you see the history, the map, the documents. And if you're not sure what they are, just hover your cursor there, and it'll tell you right below it. This is MarketStats right here. And if you click on this button, it automatically takes you right to MarketStats, and it pulls up Shelby Township because that's where the home is listed. All right. Again, you can go to Fast Stats from here. And you can pull up your local market report, go to Macomb County, pull up Shelby Township and send it out. But again, the nice thing is you can access Fast Stats from any listing just by going to this quick action link, clicking on Market Stats, and it brings you right there and it shows you Shelby Township. Then you have all these buttons down below that you can then go to and look at. So, and it shows all property. If we changed it to previously owned, you see, okay, all construction types. Township, the line flat lines out here a little bit, but if we go to previously owned, you see it drops down a little bit. So that's great that you can get to it from there. And also, if you go to showing time for a property, if you go to showing time, it's also available in showing time. Resources, showing time. This also shows up on your phone screen. So if you open up your showing time app on your phone, let this load, you'll see it on the main page of showing time. You can also pull up, it is reports. Again, under showing time, it says reports. When you click on reports, all these pop up. But here's Market Stats right here. You click Market Stats, it takes you right to that same page. So when I'm sitting there talking to that other parent that asked me, hey, Chris, how's the market doing? I go to on my phone, I open up showing time, and I can't show you my screen phone right now, but in the upper left corner of showing time, there's those three bars, which is the menu. And you go all the way down towards the bottom of the page. It says reports, and Market Stats is right there. You click on that and it takes you right to Market Stats, and then you can do everything off your screen. It's a little more cumbersome off the screen, but from Market Stats, when InfoSparks opens up, I do the drop down menu there on my phone and go to Fast Stats, and then I pull up the area just like I would over here, and I send that report to somebody right from my phone. It's a really, really slick tool to use off of showing time as well. So that's what Market Stats and InfoSparks is all about. It's again, it's a pretty quick class. It's a great tool to really understand the market and what's going on. When you see all kinds of reports coming out, this is where they're pulling the information from. From your home page in Paragon, it's under Resources and Market Stats. You're clicking right on Market Stats and it takes us to the page we were on. It automatically defaults to InfoSparks. The one I use the most is Fast Stats over here, which gives you your report. Just a couple other things. This was, again, it's a pretty quick class. There's not a lot of information to it. It's much harder doing it via Zoom call to keep walking you through the stuff. In class when we normally teach this, there's always a couple of questions, which makes this class go a little longer. I'm just going to show you a couple of other things real quickly while we're on here from your Paragon home page. When you go to Paragon Home, why it loads up here. Up here in the corner, you have the MLS. Right here, it says MLS. If you click on View MLS homepage, that'll take you to My Real Sources homepage. And here's where you can find quick links to our technical support, class schedule, webinar library, MLS monthly statistics. If you don't want to go through all that, just go to MLS homepage, click here on MLS monthly statistics. it's going to take you to the same links that we were just at as well. There's some other stuff over here in the quick links, and we do have a YouTube page. I'm going to click on that real quick. If you haven't done so already, please join it and like it. Debbie takes the time after all these classes that are done online. She goes through and she edits them and she posts them up here. So if there's stuff that you want to see that we've already done, just come in here. There's a library of them, and you can find a lot of this video information that we already had. She edits it down, takes out all my mistakes, and it's great little place to go and find some of these videos that have been done by all the instructors during this time. I go here on my own, even though I'm an instructor. I see what other instructors are saying and how to find information. Sometimes it helps me pick up different ways of doing things that maybe I forgot, or it's just a little trick that another instructor knows that I haven't used yet. Again, that is up here on our YouTube page. So from our home page, we have the YouTube channel when this all loads, which is right here. And we can go up under MLS documents, and you can get that information as well through the PDFs that we have posted. So again, this class on for InfoSparks, Fast Stats, again, it's a pretty simple class. You can get to it through a listing, which is these 3 bars right here will take you right to MarketStats as well. It's a great tool if you do any kind of social media that you can, from Fast Stats, you can, under InfoSparks, you just add, again, up to 4 MLSs total. And then when you're done, you'll want to share it. You can either go live, and if you click live and you click share, here's the URL that it gives you that you just have to take and copy, and that'll create this live link to right to this page. So there are people who embed it on their home page of their website. There are people I know that put it out there through Facebook all the time. So this is a great tool that we have available for you to use to help generate more leads, or just get the information to clients that are asking, hey, how's it going in the market? And the only thing I want to remind you of, anytime anybody asks you, how's the market doing, I always ask them, what area are you interested in? And if nothing else, I'll say, well, I'll look it up real quickly on my phone and tell them. I don't keep these all memorized, and they change every month. I kind of know what's going on in general, but if they want, I want to get them specific. I want to show them more information, or give them more information than something they're going to get on a basic report that covers like a whole area when I can. So try to demonstrate my knowledge as a realtor. So that's about it. That's the class. I appreciate your patience in the very beginning and us getting started there. I had a little technical glitch. I don't see any questions. So with that, what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to end the webinar. Oh, Tamara, thank you. I really appreciate your comment. Debbie's going to hit you with the survey. When you guys are done, please fill it out. And again, if you have any questions, reach out to Debbie and she'll be happy to take care of them for you. You guys all have a great day, and thank you again.